Surah 28, Part 2. And we made them leaders calling to the fire, and on the day of resurrection they are not helped. And we caused the curse to follow them in this dunya, and on the day of resurrection they are of the makbuhun. And we gave Musa the book after what we had destroyed the first centuries as basair for people and guidance and mercy. Perhaps they will remember. And you were not on the western side when we decided on the command for Musa, and you were not of the witnesses. But we constructed centuries, and he was long-lived over them. And you were not a Thawi in Madian's family, reading our verses to them, but we were senders. And you were not at the side of the Torah when we called. But as a mercy from your Lord, that you may warn a people whom no Nadir has come to before you, perhaps they will remember. And were it not that a disaster should strike them for what their hands have offered, then they should say, Our Lord, why have you not sent us a messenger, so we might follow your verses and be of the believers? But when the truth came to them from us, they said, Why has he not been given the like of what Musa was given? Did they not disbelieve in what Musa was given before? They said, 2 magics attesting, and they said, We are kafaroon in all. Say, Bring a book from Allah better than they. I shall follow it if you are truthful. But if they have not answered you, know that they only follow their desires. And who is more astray than he who has followed his desire without guidance from Allah? Allah does not guide the wrongdoing people. And we have delivered the speech to them. Perhaps they will remember. Those whom we gave the book to before it, they believe in it. And when it is read to them, they said, We have believed in it. It is the truth from our Lord. We were Muslims before it. Those are given their wage twice because they were patient, and they push back the evil deed with the good, and spend from what we have provided them. And when they heard the nonsense, they turned away from it, and they said, To us our deeds, and to you your deeds. Peace be upon you. We do not seek the ignorant. You do not guide him you have loved, but Allah guides whom he wills, and he is a knower of the guided. And they said, If we follow the guidance with you, we shall be snatched from our land. Have we not strengthened for them a secure sanctum, to which fruits of everything are levied as provision from us? But most of them do not know. And how many we destroyed of a village that was haughty in its living. Those are their residences. It has not dwelled after them except a little, and we were the inheritors. And your Lord was not destroying the villages until he sends in their mother a messenger reading to them our verses, and we were not destroyers of the villages except, and their people are wrongdoers. And what you have been given of a thing, enjoyment of the dunya life and its adornment, and what is with Allah is better and more lasting. So do you not comprehend? So is he whom we have promised a good promise, and he is meeting him, like him whom we have amused with the amusement of the dunya life, then he on the day of resurrection is of those sent for. And on a day he calls them and says, Where are my partners, those whom you used to claim? Those upon whom the speech has been confirmed said, Our Lord, these are the ones whom we seduced. We seduced them as we strayed. We have disowned to you. They were not worshipping us. And it was said, Invoke your partners. So they invoked them, but they did not answer them, and they saw the torture, if they were guided. And on a day he calls them and says, What did you answer the commissaries? But the news was obscured from them on that day, so they do not ask one another. But as for him who has repented and believed and done a righteous deed, perhaps he will be of the successful. And your Lord creates what he wills and chooses. They did not have the choice. Praise be to Allah and exalted from what they associate. And your Lord knows what their chests conceal and what they reveal, and he is Allah. There is no God but him. His is the praise in the first and the hereafter, and his is the judgment, and to him you are returned. Say, have you seen if Allah made the night lasting for a long time upon you to the day of resurrection? Who is a God other than Allah who brings you brightness? So do you not hear? Say, Have you seen if Allah made the day lasting a long time upon you to the day of resurrection? Who is a God other than Allah who brings you night that you dwell in? So do you not see? And from his mercy he made for you the night and the day, that you may dwell in it and seek of his favour, and perhaps you will thank. And on a day he calls them and says, Where are my partners, those whom you used to claim? And we withdrew from every nation a witness, and said, Bring your proof. So they knew that the truth is lies, and what they used to fabricate strayed from them. Qarun was of Musa's people, but he oppressed them. And we gave him of the treasures what its keys would have burdened the gang, the possessors of strength. When his people said to him, Do not rejoice, Allah does not love the rejoicing. And seek in what Allah has given you, the hereafter home, and do not forget your share from the dunya, and do good as Allah has done good to you, and do not seek corruption in the land. Allah does not love the corrupters. He said, I have only been given it on account of knowledge I have. Did he not know that Allah destroyed before him some of the centuries who were stronger than he in strength and more in mass? And the criminals are not asked about their sins. So he went out to his people in his adornment. Those who want the dunya life said, Would that we had the like of what Qarun has been given. He is a possessor of great luck. And those who were given knowledge said, Woe to you! Allah's reward is better for him who has believed and done a righteous deed, and none receives it but the patient. Then we sank the earth with him and his home. Then he had no group to help him instead of Allah, and he was not of the helped. And it came to pass, those who had wished for his position yesterday say, Well a day, Allah extends the provision for whom he wills of his slaves, and has power. Had Allah not been benevolent towards us, he would have sunk us. Well a day, the Kafirun do not succeed. That is the hereafter home. We fix it for those who do not want exaltation on the earth or corruption, and the result is for the fearers. He who has come with a good deed, his is better than it, and he who comes with the evil deed, those who have done the evil deeds are not recompensed except for what they used to do. The one who has imposed the Quran upon you is returning you to a repetition. Say, My Lord is a knower of him who has come with the guidance, and him who is in obvious error. And you were not hoping for the book to be thrown to you except as mercy from your Lord. So do not be an assistant for the Kafirun, and do not let them block you from Allah's verses after when they have been sent down to you, and call to your Lord, and do not be of the mushrikun, and do not invoke another God with Allah. There is no God but him. Everything is perishing except his face. His is the judgment, and to him you are returned.